Ladies, gentlemen, and you beautiful in-betweens, hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. I'm Calmputer, and today I'm not entirely sure if we will be finishing the entire thing I'm building here, but I think we'll get to be able to do this section and maybe that section. They're kind of big, but, well, now that I have the general feel of it down and the size of these as well, because that was a big issue I had before when I was planning this. Anyway, I'm rambling. Yeah, I hope I'll be able to finish these two sections today. And this one is going to take some polymer resin and turn it into rubber with water. I haven't decided where I'm going to put the water extractors yet. Perhaps a little bit further out. Although they will fit underneath this platform, so maybe that's a good idea as well. Not entirely sure. It's a bit up in the air, like this platform. And then this section here, we have that pipe and that pipe. It will be creating heavy oil residue. We will be turning into packaged fuel, and then we'll just kind of empty that packaged fuel and get more fuel out of it, because packaged fuel takes water, so it dilutes it, so we get a lot more, like doubles it. So pretty handy to have. A little overkill maybe, but I mean, we have the space. Maybe not the know-how, but definitely we've got the space. And it's something I'm probably going to have to do eventually anyway, so why not do it now and get it done with? And also, once I have the general, like the first floor of all of these sections done, it'll be fairly easy to just build up and build 3 more floors that will do exactly the same thing. So that's good. Yeah, let's actually get down. That's not what I wanted to do, but fine. Oh, right, I have these blade runners that lets me not take any damage for, well, I mean, oh, save point. If I were to jump down here, I probably would take like half a bar of damage. Except it's water, so on the other hand, I don't know how deep it is. Also, I noticed something kind of cool. If I climb up this like ladder here, I'm only using the left hand because the right hand is holding a mug. I never noticed that before. I think it also works for, well, not that one apparently, unless, nope. That one works. Okay, good. That's cool. I wonder if I do. I can't reload it while on a ladder. That's because I don't have any to reload with. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, and I think we're good to go. Yeah. Oh boy. And with that, the groundwork is now done, generally speaking. There are a few things I'm a little bit unhappy with. This is a little bit too little space, honestly. I think I can make do, but it's going to be a little bit vertical here in the middle. I mean, with the conveyor list, that's not really a problem, but the pipelines, though, well, I mean, can't really show that right now, but if the pipelines have to be further up, then I'm going to have to use pumps, and I don't want to do that, but yeah, I mean, I might actually have to... No, it should be fine-ish, I think. At the worst, I might have to put a pump here and a pump there. I don't think I will, but maybe. Actually, can't we just... flow rate, max flow rate. Well, once they start, if the flow rate goes down on this one and that one, then I'll know I will need it. But for now, I think I might be good. Maybe. Anyway, I've hooked up everything to power, but... well, I haven't actually done that now that I think about it. That was a lie. Yeah, I've hooked up some of them to each other, but not to the main circuit, which is going to go through here, because it's going to connect that one and this one. Yeah. Anyway, let's look at the actual layout. Let's call it that. Yeah. It's a pretty big thing, this, but I'm happy with it. In terms of what's actually going on, it's a little hard to see right now, but essentially this will create heavy oil residue as well as polymer resin. The resin goes over here and becomes rubber by way of water, I guess you could say. I'm going to have to make 4 water extractors per floor of this. Not like 1 floor, 2 floor, 3 floor, 5. Yeah, no. It's... This entire thing I've built now is 1 floor. So 4 water extractors, or 1,000 cubic meters per minute. So that's going to be nice. But some of the water is going here to turn the polymer resin into rubber. That then goes into here, which creates plastic, which will be the main output for plastic going out that way. And then some of the plastic is going to go over here and be recycled into rubber. Yeah, and then some of the rubber here is actually going to go straight back here to make more plastic. It's a bit weird, but it works in theory. We'll have to see about practice later. And then I'll also like the rubber here. Now that's just going out and then into plastic. And plastic is only going out and then into rubber. Yeah. However, both these ones and these ones need fuel as well. So let's deal with that as well. And here we go with the heavy oil residue going in here. And it's going to be combined with packaged water and be turned into packaged fuel, which essentially doubles. Yeah. Heavy oil residue, 400, 2 pipes going in, is going to turn into 800 packaged fuel, which are items rather than fluids. So that's going to go in here where it gets unpackaged and turn into liquid fuel, which then goes this way into a bunch of fuel generators that I haven't built yet. And then, well, the empty canisters from the packaged fuel then goes over here and gets combined with water to make packaged water, which then goes all the way back over here again and goes into the input here where we needed packaged water. The canisters are really just stuck in a loop here. I haven't made those yet, but essentially I'm probably going to have to place like an industrial storage container here full of just, well, no, that would be a better place to put it actually. I need a bunch of just empty canisters to put somewhere. Maybe I have space over here. Yeah, I probably have space for 1 or 2 industrial containers here. Yeah, that's gonna have to be for much later. As I said, I haven't made the canisters yet. And that's basically it. The fuel that we get from this one then goes into the plastic and also into the rubber to make that a little bit more robust, I guess, because recycled plastics take rubber and fuel and turn it into plastics. That's that one, actually. And the same thing with rubber or recycled rubber. It takes plastic and fuel and turns into rubber. And that means, like, I'm gonna get 300 going this way, and 300 going that way, and then 300 fuel going that way. However, since my conveyor belts take 480, I'm going to have to ask these to prioritize sending everything there first, like keeping everything into the system. Probably gonna have to do the same thing with fuel to begin with. Maybe. And then the output will just sort itself out, I think. I may have said that before, but oh well. And yeah, so now I just need to do the general belt work and a few of the pipes and set up the electrical system. And I'm going to film this section first and turn that into a time lapse. So enjoy that. I'm kind of done with the belt work, but not the pipes at the moment. The camera, I just want to slow it down like half the speed it's going right now, but I just can't seem to do it. I need a mod for it, honestly. Just like the way I'm doing it right now with like remapping tools. I'm just like decreasing the sensitivity of the sticks until they barely move. But if I just decrease it anymore, the game has like a hard-coded dead zone, which means it just won't move. Even if I can get the thing to move in here, like see here, I can make it move really, really tiny. But if I go in here, it doesn't move until there, which is full. So not entirely sure what I can do about that, except wait for someone to create like a spectator mod or something. There used to be one, but it's kind of abandoned. Hasn't been updated since April 2019, which is, wow, you get a pretty good view here. Don't like you, but the rest looks kind of neat. Also, I love the waves, like the sound of the waves here. I mean, that view, like where you can clearly see the boundary of the world, I'm not a fan, but I mean, pretty good for $0 per month. Anyway, yes, the belt work is kind of done. There are a few bits here and there that annoys me. Actually, let's start flying. Like I said, most of the power is connected, but yeah, the camera just moved out, so I had to move on. Yeah, I wasn't in frame for that anymore, so skipped it. Yeah, I don't like this. Or, well, I guess I kind of like it and I kind of don't. It feels... One, I'm not entirely sure these are actually connected. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm not hearing the click. No, there's there. It's there. It's faint, but it's there. So that's good. Let's turn the volume down for me again. So it is working, but... Oh, I did the same thing on this side? Really? Wow, what about the other side? No, on this side I did it correctly. That's... Oh, well. But yeah, I could put it in the middle and just make it twice as high or double the height, because I don't have to worry about these intersecting with each other now, since one is on this side and one is on that side, and yeah, like this. So I don't need to worry too much about that. But when I need to add pipes, which I have done here, it gets really vertical. And I mean, this looks kind of cool, actually, now that I think about it. Like, yeah, I can kind of live with this, I think. Except, of course, I need to connect everything up. Again, like, why did I... And this side works fine, right? But yeah... Like, when you get into the zen of it, works pretty darn well. And you get two outputs here, and I believe, let's see, this is the first one. So yeah, 800. So 400 on that belt and 400 on that belt, and my limit on belts are 480, so that's fine. And then those two connect here and go into these two. And the only thing this does... Yeah, this is... No, it's not entirely finished. I need to actually output the fuel from this one and have 5 of them go straight out there, and then these 2 and these 7 go to that one and that one. And that's a fairly simple ask. I'm just going to have them go up a few levels, but then I might have to, yeah, I might have to reverse how I'm thinking here and have the belt on top. Otherwise, I might have to put they're called pump on every single output from every single refinery, and I don't want to do that. That would be very annoying. So yeah, I might have to replace, like, just switch them out so the pipe is on the bottom and this is on the top. And considering I have to get them to go at this level anyway, I might as well, like, might be just as well, honestly. Yeah, maybe. And then this turns the package, no. This turns the empty canisters and water from the outside. Water's probably going to come in here and then go right down the middle. Yeah, here we see the way I like kind of want everyone to look, right? But we'll see what once the pipes are in, whether that actually looks good or not. And then the output is just packaged water. Again, 2 belts because there are 800 of them. And they go all the way here, save, and then up, and then above basically everything else, like near the ceiling. And since they're items, that should be perfectly fine. Also, it feels weird just gliding around. I should probably not, use the flying all too much. There we go. But again, this view is really nice. Wonder what it will look like from the 4th floor. Probably I'll just see a bunch of fog, now that I think about it. Oh, yes. What to do about... Yeah, this might be a problem. No, wait, no. I could deal with this. Yeah. If I put the train station over here, I might be able to... I mean, it would be possible to just make an S turn, I guess, but I want it to look good too, not just be functional. Also, I wonder what you are. Wow, that was the worst throw of all time. Think we got it? Nope. Gotcha. Half of you. Well, I think I was around there. This is riveting content, I'm sure. Let's actually aim for it and not next to it. There we go. Now it won't be in the way. Also, is that a Mercer sphere? Indeed it is. They look kind of cool. It will be interesting to see what they're actually about later. Oh, right, I have... let's... Okay. There we go. I need to connect to the actual extractor as well and just make sure I can flip a single switch to turn everything on. Ah! That's... ow. That was your fault. But yeah, probably should create some stilts as well. But other than that, things are looking up weird. There we go. Actually, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, if you see like a vertical pipe, I kind of want to see like head lift on it as well. But I guess that would be flow rate, technically, or practically, one of the two. Anyway, yes, I think this will have to do for today. I'm also going to have to move these slightly to the side or the other side. Like I mentioned earlier, I just haven't done much with this section of the refinery. Also, wait, isn't this like a perfect spot to set up the water extractors? I think it might be. Yeah. Well, they're gonna have to be for later anyway, no matter how I dice it. So, yeah. And I believe now I'm pretty much done with this side of the project, more or less. There are a few weird things that I'd like to maybe fix someday, but not this day. For instance, this feels weird. It looks kind of wonky. Although, I mean, now looking at it objectively, maybe it doesn't. I mean, it works, but it doesn't look as good as it does over here. And this is gonna, like, this makes me sad, this entire section. Like, this looks so much better. And I don't need to worry about adding extra pumps to get this one all the way over there. Like, anyway, yes, the sad thing is I don't actually need any liquids or fluids here at all. This entire section only takes packaged fuel items and turns it into fuel and empty canisters. That's all this does. I mistook this section for that section in my notes for a bit, and apparently on this side I moved everything slightly in and didn't do that on that one. So yeah, plan ahead, and I didn't. But otherwise everything kind of should work. The electricity is hooked up to everything, and there's a few redundancies, or so I thought. And we have that one working there, good. Of course, we don't have any fuel generators attached to this entire system. They are going to be all the way over here eventually. We're going to go that way. And yeah, so the first 5 here generate 300 fuel, and then these 2 go over here together with these 7 to go into, well, they will go into those and those, but these need like 233 and 267, 66 maybe. So until they get like saturated, I am putting a small little extra here, so we get a little bit less, not so much, a little less, but a little less electricity until like this pipe is just like full. So it should work, hopefully. Also, I made a couple of like empty canisters. It's very simple. You just take one constructor and it turns 2 plastics into 4, I want to say. Empty canisters, boom. Yeah, 2 into 4. Yeah, so it doubles. So I took half an industrial storage container and then just put it into a constructor that put into this one. I am probably going to have to fill it up again. It's not connected right now. It's like just gonna have to do this to put it in, and then it goes over here and actually like distributes it between the 2 that go in here and actually, you know, gets filled. So yeah, it should all work. And then those empty canisters go back here. And yeah, it should work. Let's take a bird's eye view at the whole thing. It's pretty massive now. Like, these are the empty canisters. They go here, and then into the system. And then we have some heavy oil residue also going into the system, creating, what was it now? Oh, packaged fuel. Right, yeah, that makes sense. And then goes there. And it works on this side too. There is one thing that is very odd. I believe, is it on this side? No? Where is it? Ah, here we go. They don't click. These do not click when I try to attach them here. So I have to do this little extra conveyor belt between them. It took me a long time to figure out what it was, but essentially, if we put on our light source here, notice this line here. And I've made sure that all of these platforms are aligned properly. Now, it's in the middle of that little, like, diagonal there. Actually, let's get it. There we go. Now we move all the way over here. Still kind of in the middle. Now, not even close to in the middle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is because I held down control while placing them, and they are slightly offset when you do that. Like, this isn't, like, it should be about this entire distance next if it wasn't that. So, yeah, it's weird, but I've only encountered this with these refineries and only here. There isn't this problem doesn't persist on this side, for instance, and it doesn't persist with those. Or at first, I just thought it was like this section for some reason had some kind of weirdness to it, but no. It's I don't think I'm gonna bother fixing that. Although, on the other hand, I mean, this is the thing where I have to dismantle these pipes anyway, so I could just fix that while I'm here. Later on, at any rate. So, what's next? Well, this side, this entire side. And then we need water as well. And then we need to hook it up to an actual power source and the minor oil extractors. And then hook up the oil to that section there. But that's basically it, I think. Well, I mean, I say that as if it's a small thing. This entire section is going to be trouble. Not as much trouble as this has been, but yeah, trouble. So, yeah. Well, let's get to it. Another time lapse. And done. Well, this has been kind of tiring, actually. I'm not entirely sure I've done everything correct here. We get some, well, we will be getting some water coming up here in there. And yeah, there will be water going in there as well. Nope, not those ones. The vertical ones over there, beyond those pipes. Anyway, yes, water comes in here. We have some polymer resin coming in from here, and that turns everything into rubber. Well, 100 rubbers per minute. I probably shouldn't say rubbers, plural. Yeah, let's not. And then that rubber goes over here. Excuse me. Don't. Right. Rubber goes in here and turns fuel and rubber into plastic, and the fuel comes over here. I'm not entirely convinced this looks good or not, but I can't really do it any better. I could move this pipe like along the wall and then over, but I can't do the same thing to this one because there's nothing in between here. So yeah, unconvinced, but at least it's kind of symmetrical, maybe. But yeah, fuel and then rubber, and we also get a lot of rubber coming in here, but I'll talk about that later. And then we turn all of that into plastic. And because I think we're getting, yeah, 533, looking at my notes. And these only take 480, so let's see, yeah, 4 of them go into the lower belt, and then 4 of them go into the top belt. And then you take the top belt, and you put a smart splitter there. Overflow goes there, and the right goes to plastic. So when this gets full, it starts putting out 300 right there. I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with this. Thinking about it a little bit more, there are a few problems with it. For instance, whenever this isn't full, well, no, it shouldn't be much of a problem, since this will only be getting 300. Actually, can I limit that in some capacity? 270? No. 120, oh, that's 360. Maybe if I split it into, you know what, it's not really worth the hassle. I'm getting roughly 300 going to that belt. That should be enough. And then the rest goes into plastics over here, and then gets into these together with more fuel and turned into rubber. Yeah, like, and then the rubber comes over here and does basically the same thing. You got a smart splitter right there that turns the overflow into 300 rubber, and the rest gets put in here and goes into plastics. It's a little bit weird to turn rubber into plastic and then plastic into rubber again, but it works. You get out a lot more because you use 30 plastic and 30 fuel to turn it into 60. So you double the amount of rubber you get from each plastic. So it's a good little system. Weird, and I am very worried that they're going to change these recipes at some point, because we can do stuff like this. Also, you don't need to be there. Yeah, very worried. But yeah, let's take a fly around here too. Yeah, I got a little balcony here, and I love the waves. Yeah, pretty darn good. And again, this also creates more plastic, I think. Yeah, rubber. Then one belt can deal with, so 4 of them go on the top, 4 of them go below. I thought about like having below, above, that just needlessly complicates things. Yeah. Also, yeah, the plastic that it's going into, sorry, the rubber that is going into the plastic creation goes up and then over here and all the way around and then just goes straight in together with the plastic from, no, the rubber from that one. Yeah, I'm confusing myself. It's a wonder this thing, you know what, I don't actually know if it works now. That's kind of scary. Well, that'll be fun when I throw the switch. Like I said earlier, the thing I need to do now is connect the power to these, yeah, these 4 extractors. Actually, I only need 1, now that I think about it. And then I'm gonna have to make, well, the fuel. Fuel generators are going to come out here. Or, I mean, it's not going to be a lot. It'll be 20 of them. So that shouldn't be too bad. And then connect that with a pipeline going all the way over there. Yeah. Should work. Should work. Also, yes, connect the empty canisters into the system so they get, like, moved around. Yeah. Yeah. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.